Alright, it's Barry, and today on Grow It, I'm going to show you how you can make your very own super easy and super cheap DIY microgreen setup that will also double up as an indoor propagator, or you could make it even a heated propagator if you put some heat mats in the bottom of it, and it'll be absolutely perfect for growing indoors when it is absolutely freezing outside, like in the middle of winter, like it is right now. So let's get over, have a look at what equipment we've got and how we can put it together. So here are the shelves that I'm going to be using, and these are from IKEA. I'll leave a link in the description. There's quite a bit of IKEA stuff that I use for doing hydroponics. I mean, look in the tent, I've got tubs and all sorts of stuff from there. Not sponsored by IKEA, obviously, but they do have quite a lot of different tubs and shelves and things that can be repurposed into using for hydroponics and stuff like that. So this particular set of shelves, made of aluminium, cost £15, and then they also have a cover that you can get with it for an extra £3, £18 in total. And they do look very nice. They look good in the shop. We'll see how they look when they've set them up. I'm not going to like literally make you watch me set these up and everything. So I will get these all put together, and then we will have a look at the lights that we are going to use. And there we go. There are our shelves all assembled and ready to go. So all we need to do now is have a look at the lights, flip this over, get them attached, get the cover on, and we're done. All right, and here is the light, and I can't remember exactly how much this cost, but it wasn't very much. Picked it up on Amazon. I'll leave a link for that in the description if you want to have a look at one like this yourself, if it is something that you're interested in. I haven't actually looked at it yet, as you can tell, because it was still in the packaging. So let's have a look. Oh, that worked, didn't it? Try again. We will see how this fares. I can't attest to the frequencies that it gives out. And I suppose the only way we'll find out if they are telling the truth or not is when we see how it fares at actually growing plants. So let's have a look what we've got. Power supply, always a good start. We've got this multi-loom attachment so that we can separate our power into multiple outlets for each light, and looks like we are working with USB-C, which is nice. And we've got this little control panel. If you've not seen one of these before, we've got an on-off button. We've got a timer button. Press this multiple times, and it increases the time for it for being on and off. And then we've got some buttons here that let us select different intensities of light. And sometimes it's different colors, so we'll see what it is when we turn it on. And then, this is why I picked these specific ones, quite like these. They are completely flat LED blades, nice metal backing, which will allow it to dissipate the heat quite nicely because we're using metal shelving, so they're not going to overheat too much. And it looks like, let's have a look. So we've got white LEDs. I'm going to maybe assume these will be some warmer white. We could have some blue, I'm not certain. And then we've got interdispersed between there, we've got a selection of red ones as well. All right, okay, so then we've got a selection of zip ties. They might come in handy in a bit when we're trying to run these cables around, so they'll be useful. Little instruction book. So we've got 6000K white light, 3000K warm light. So yeah, it was right before. So we've got white light, 59 of them, warm light, 64 of them, red light, 12 pieces, which is a total of 135. So that is going to be per slice. So let's get these unpacked as well. So we've got 4 of these, and then a selection of 3M sticky pads, slightly foamy type ones. Some of them are stuck together, so I'm assuming we're going to have 2 of each of those for each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the one hiding somewhere. Peel these off, stick them on the back, and then one of them I'm just going to stick it in the middle, seeing as we are missing one. So there we go. Hopefully that's going to hold it. We've got 1 on that one, and then all the ones underneath, we've got 2 on each. And we can peel the backs off these because they're double-sided and stick them to the underside of the shelves and give us some nice illuminated shelves. And just before we do that, let's have a test. Let's see how it is. Keep these things because these might come in handy for tidying up cables. Get it plugged in. And we've got a male to female connector at this end.
illuminates our control panel. We'll whack it in there. And then let's have a look. So I'll turn it on. Oh, that's bright. Oh wow, yeah, they are very bright. It doesn't show up as much on the camera, but they are possibly some of the most intense LEDs I've seen for this price. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. There we go. So the little option button in the middle, the one with the 2 arrows, is cycling between how many LEDs are illuminated. So that's lit up half of them, knocked out the red ones. And then we've got 3 rows and then all 5 rows. So we've got 1, 2, 3 different modes. And then plus and minus at the bottom is changing the intensity up and down. Very nice. Happy with that. Let's get them set up and see how they fare with the shelves. Okay, so I flipped it over upside down and we've got 2 shelves. So growing on the bottom shelf and the second shelf. So we'll be putting the lights upside down on the undersides of the shelves. This one is the one that only ended up with 1 piece. So what I'll do first is get the wires. We've got these 4 cables and our timer on the inside. So we want them running up one of these legs. And I just wanted to check. We're going to be up at this end. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that they actually reach from the side before I stick everything on. So I will put the USBs on this side. So let's just make sure that they are all in the same place. And I will plug it in before I stick it on, just to make sure that I've got enough room on this side. So what I think, these might be slightly too long to put in a straight line, so I will stagger them slightly and I'll put it a little bit further back just to make sure I can fit both sets of LEDs on one shelf. I'm going to run the power cable along the same side, so I'm going to put this one over this way. Let's get that one in the same place on the underside of the top shelf. Perfect, so they are nice and secure, nicely stuck down, and as I said earlier on, being metal, they'll dissipate the heat away from the LEDs into them, and it'll even increase a little bit of underfloor heating on this layer. So if that is something that will benefit me for, perhaps for germinating seeds, that will come quite in handy. So let's have a look. So for the purpose, we'll try and keep cables together that need to be together, and I'm going to have this side at the back because I think I missed a screw on this side because the holes didn't line up, which wasn't ideal, but it's no problem. So take that all the way through to that side. Right, so let's get these all untangled, and this is where all of those zip ties are going to come in handy, just to tidy it up a bit and make sure that it looks nice. So let's see. Down this side. I have one in there. What I will do is perhaps use a bit of tape maybe to secure these along the top, just to again, just to tidy it up, just to make it a bit neater. So what I'll do with this side is zip tie this here, and it's just going to stop them hanging down more than anything, so they're not a complete mess. Okay, so we have a jumble of wires to tidy up, but apart from that, let's flip it over and have a look. So now we have all our cables arriving in one place, and at this point I will use the little twisty bit. Put the twizzly on, and that will just keep them a little bit tidier so they're not all running all over the place. Right, we need... Alright, so cover. And this is just going to go over the top. Very nice. That looks quite smart actually. So what I'll do, controls are just on this side when we need them. And I've just turned it round. We've got little grommets on the back, so there's one on each side, which I think are for securing it to a wall. Because it did say somewhere, I think on the instructions or something like that, it said about securing it to a wall. I don't need to do that because I've got flat ground, but I'm going to use that to stick in my power cable at the top and connect it up. So pull that all through. So I'm quite pleased with that actually. It's quite a neat little unit. So get it there, get it plugged in. And there it is, very nice. So I've got my controls, turn it on. Oh. Use my timer, stick it on 12 hours. Get some plants in there now and it is ready to go. Absolutely spot on. Zip that up. Maintain your humidity, maintain your temperatures and keep everything nice and toasty. Actually, while I was there, I picked up these little trays. I think they feel like your kitchen drawers for keeping junk and bits and bobs in. But I got two of these, I think they were £1.50. And they are absolutely perfect for growing some plants in. So I'm going to be starting these off. I'm going to do this in another video, but basically going to make some little hydroponic trays so they're good for microgreens and things like that. And that is exactly what I'm going to be growing in here. So like I say, I'll do that in another video, set them up, get them growing, but they are going to be absolutely perfect in there. And there we go, absolutely amazing. So those white trays as well have the benefit of reflecting light as well. So you're getting a bit more light coming up from underneath to your underside of your leaves as well. So you're going to increase a bit of photosynthesis, keep them happy, stop them from going too leggy. And then also got a little tray just on the bottom there of some cress on a cocoa mat, which is how I'm going to be trying them out in this this little setup. So we'll see how they come on over the next couple of days. Hopefully get some nice little plants.